For the first time in 34 years, the NIT has made its way to Jonesboro, Arkansas. We're at the First National Bank Arena for a great first-round matchup between the three-seeded Arkansas State Red Wolves of the Sun Belt Conference taking on the St. Louis Billikens of the A-10. Coming off that 30-point performance in their most recent game, a quarterfinal loss in the A-10 championship to Loyola Chicago, and immediately they turn it over. That's been a problem for St. Louis all season long. And that's been the downside of this team from the offensive standpoint. They get a little casual with the ball on the offensive end. Good pump fake and a finish underneath. Swope short on the three. And another opportunity for Arkansas State to push it. Here is Terrence Ford Jr. again in that concussion protocol. Finds Taryn Todd on the far side, and Taryn Todd knocks down to three. And this is a team back-to-back postseasons for Arkansas State for the first time in decades. As the first bucket there for Amari Patry. It will take a cumulative effect throughout the game. Hodson, a Nate Oates disciple, coached under Oates at both Buffalo and Alabama. And what a job he's done here in his second year at Arkansas State. Back-to-back 20-win seasons. Just an outstanding job of building a program and having success. Swope missing the runner. Taryn Todd had the last bucket for Arkansas State. And Pinion hits from the corner, and it's a 10-2 run in the opening 3 minutes for Arkansas State. The most important offensive player for Arkansas State is Joseph Pinion. He opens the floor for everyone else. Jimerson missing in the corner. Jimerson, a great three-point shooter, but was 0 for 5 in the quarterfinals loss to Loyola Chicago, and Kobe Julian getting into the party for Arkansas State. He's got an older group, he's got a veteran group. They have played through adversity all season long. He knows his team. Cardiac Billikens, they've had to come from behind in quite a few games this year. Good move by Nelson in the post. And now he's going to use the timeout. First year in St. Louis for Josh Schertz as the Missouri Valley Coach of the Year last year, in his last year at Indiana State. Right now his offense struggling to get anything going. Transition bucket, Isaiah Nelson lays it in. He's got 6. You got to be good with the basketball once you get into the paint against Arkansas State. Avila, ball fake. Swope in the corner. Finally, a three-pointer goes down for St. Louis. He tore his meniscus last year, played through that, opted not to get surgery. Now, it's to the point where they get the bucket there from Amari Patry. It's to the point where Swope only practices the day before the game. That's all he can do. Yeah, he can't take a lot of pressure on his knee. Nice steal. Patry was slipped going up, but the freshman from Milwaukee has back-to-back buckets, and he looks like he got hurt on that slip. He's got some great upside for the Billikens in the future. Gives them defense and offense. And the response on the other end, it's Kobe Julian, the transfer from Louisiana. Taryn Todd, first team all-conference. He's averaging 14 a game, but in the 2 games most recently averaging just 7. Lobs that one up, and one as Nelson kind of punched it into the basket. He's got secure hands. He's got 8 points, 3 rebounds already. 22-9 lead for the home team. Good find inside. It was Patry to the slashing Gibson Jimerson. Jimerson got his first bucket. He's the all-time leading scorer for the school. Pinion missing the 3. Offensive rebound for Arkansas State. They're out rebounding St. Louis 11-6 right now. Oh, how about that? A shot put from Kobe Julian. He's cold, but I'll tell you what, he never loses his confidence. Jimerson, second all-time in the A-10 in scoring. Ford straight away. That's Darian Ford, who hits his first bucket of the game. There, 11 minutes to go here in the first half. Avila scoreless in this game. Swope, he gets inside. Maybe a little penetration, slow things down a little bit. Former top 100 player out of high school. Started at Arkansas. Number 76, Dominguez in transition. St. Louis has to stay disciplined with their offense. Can't start taking bad shots because then they'll just get run out of the house.
There you go.
First bucket for Robbie Avila. Avila backing down the much smaller Darian Ford. The difference of about 7 inches between the two.
Oh.
Sweet move. Swope coming off the 30-point performance. Good ball movement inside as Avila, who leads the country in assists by centers, gets one there. 3 on the shot clock for the 3rd seed in this quadrant, Arkansas State, as they coughed it up.
That was a big stop. They're down 10, now a chance to cut it to 7 or 8.
Robbie Avila starting to heat up. Forced to use up the year of eligibility for Dylan Warlick.
St. Louis has battled some major injuries this season.
Yeah, 4 of their 8 rotational guys are out for the season as Darian Ford hits the 6th three-pointer of the first half for Arkansas State.
And that's a part of his game, Darian Ford, that he's really improved on since high school. He was a slasher, offensive rebound, putback guy. He could hit the pull-up jump shot, and now his three-point shot has made great strides here at Arkansas State.
Avila hitting the 3 on one end, and Terran Todd answering on the other. They're making a concerted effort to get Avila as much contact with the basketball as possible. Cross-court pass, Swope in the corner. Avila saves it from going out of bounds. 20 on the shot clock. Nice little touch shot. That's that's Kobe Johnson, the senior who came over after 3 years at West Virginia. West Virginia in the news today as their head coach Darren DeVries taking the Indiana job. Kobe Julian reigns in his 3rd 3 of the half. Just a 26% three-point shooter on the year. He's a perfect 3 of 3 tonight. Swope with the left.
And what happens, Eric, is once other guys start making threes, even the non-shooters feel like they can make threes.
Kobe Julian feeling it for sure. The lob inside. Todd to Nelson for the finish as he skips gingerly down the floor.
You talk about contrasting styles of play. North Texas, an outstanding defensive team, and Furman, they live and die by the 3.
Another triple. Darian Ford, 3 for 3 from deep.
This has such a great fan base.
No doubt about it. Turnover in transition. A rare miss for Arkansas State. St. Louis was trying to capitalize, gave it right back. And it's another 3. This time, Terran Todd straight away. The 10th three-pointer for Arkansas State here in the half. We look at the balloon. We came out of the break about 10 minutes ago. They're running out of room to put 3s on the balloon string here.
Who's ever working the balloon is getting a workout tonight.
Jimerson finally gets one to go.
The confidence for SLU in the first half of this game has not been what it has all season long. They're not playing with offensive confidence, and the defense has not been alert. It's not been aware. And they've missed some shots in the paint because of the length of Arkansas State. And here we go again.
Anya missed that one for the Billikens, and quickly the other way, Darian Ford. He's now the 4th player in double figures, and Arkansas State's put up 50. Todd missing with the left hand again. Now we're under a minute to go. 15-point deficit for St. Louis. McCautry, the freshman, caught up, fights out of the traffic to finish. McCautry has 8 points, a 4 of 4 shooting. Arkansas State has not been in the NIT in 34 years. What a first half it's been.
Well, I guess they're not going to hold it to the end of the shot clock.
In their return as Feltz misses the 3. 5 seconds to go. Avila trying to make something happen inside. McCautry had it blocked. And Arkansas State puts up 50 points and has a 13-point advantage here at home.
Because it was easy in the first 10 minutes of this game. I'll tell you what I love about Arkansas State, the defensive glass. St. Louis missed 16 shots in the first half. They only got 2 offensive rebounds. And
they go right back to Isaiah Nelson, one of the 4 players in double figures for the Red Wolves in that first half. They finished 6th in the conference in the regular season, lost in the quarters to Loyola Chicago.
They had a nice win against VCU.
St. Louis has played some tough competition. Right now they've got a large hole to dig themselves out of, but plenty of time to do it. Swope, a transition three. Boy, oh boy, that one almost shot that almost in your lap, Paul.
Any closer, he would be right between us. Just took it in transition, nice and easy, under control. This team has a lot of poise, St. Louis, and that comes from their head coach, Josh Schertz. No panic.
10 points for Swope, but Terrence Ford Jr.
Jimerson have been shots they've made all season long, so they need to keep executing and getting the same looks, but don't be afraid to get the two.
They'll take a three on the other end. It's Terrence Ford Jr. This is the first time they made it to the NIT in 34 years. Back-to-back 20-win seasons for Arkansas State. They'd only had one 20-plus win season in the last 25 years until Brian Hodson showed up to coach this squad. We talked about the resume for St. Louis, but Arkansas State, they have wins against Akron, who's in the NCAA tournament. Quad one win against a ranked team on the road against Memphis as Avila hits the three.
They have guards that are athletic and will guard, and they score the ball at a high rate, 79 points a game.
Terrence Todd battling for his own rebound. Missed the second effort. St. Louis in transition. McCautry, Euro step, left hand finish, and one.
Took me a while.
Amari McCautry
Wasn't my major.
is a budding star here for St. Louis. He's in double figures scoring. A freshman out of Milwaukee. And a guy who 2 games ago had his career high 15 points, creeping up on that here in this one with 11. But immediately, Arkansas State answers with another three. 4 of the 8 guys that they had penciled into the rotation this year are out for the remainder of the year with injuries. So they've been playing really reliant on the 3 guys, Avila, Swope, and Jimerson. And the rest has kind of been plug and play. And they really started to mold themselves into that competitive team that a Majerus and a Josh Schertz is used to coaching.
Well, you asked him a shoot-around, what did you think of this season so far? And when he started explaining all the injuries he had an unbelievable season when you talk about perspective.
Isaiah Nelson's got 18 points, and Arkansas State's up by 16. Here's the freshman McCautry.
And he's going to be a fine player for St. Louis. I love his future with the Billikens.
Arian Ford to his left, off the glass and in. 11-1 run for Arkansas State. Brofman, Paul Biancardi here with you in Jonesboro, Arkansas. DeAndre Dominguez, the transfer from UMass, knocks down the Red Wolves' 13th three-pointer. McCautry again, the freshman. It's the hot shooting that Arkansas State had in the first half, continuing here in the second half. They shot over 50% both from the floor and from 3 in the first, and they're doing it again here in the second. That is their 4th three-pointer of the second half on 6 attempts, back-to-back for DeAndre Dominguez. Jimerson can't respond. Offensive rebound for Dylan Warlick, the freshman.
And Warlick showing some fight, some hustle. St. Louis really needs to play with some urgent defense. They get beat off the bounce.
Flying into the lane. Campus of North Texas. Nelson lost it. McCautry out running in transition. And it means something as well. St. Louis, their coaching staff told us that after they got home, the loss to Loyola Chicago in the quarters of the A-10, they took a few minutes and then the team voted. And they said, if we get invited to any postseason tournament, there's only one that we're accepting, and that's the NIT. He gets a bigger job at St. Louis. And obviously programs like Arkansas State, they don't want to lose their coaches. But fact of the matter is, Brian Hodson's going to get a lot more attention, more Arkansas State wins here in the NIT. And Hodson, who grew up in Western New York, his adoptive family has been coming to Jonesboro to take in some of the games. Big family section here today for the NIT. So really cool for Hodson to get the love and admiration, not only from the fans here in Jonesboro, but from his family as well. Kobe Johnson, floater there. 8 minutes to go here in regulation. Arkansas State They've made 15 three-pointers on 26 attempts. Their season high three-pointers made is 18. Came in a game in November against a non-Division I opponent in Lane College. A whooping as Arkansas State on top by 28. They get a steal there. They're not stopping. They're playing hard at both ends. Isaiah Nelson, the windmill. Arkansas State up by 30.
And he's looking to block shots on the defensive end, Isaiah Nelson.
Loose ball, Swope gets the bucket. Nelson, turnaround.
That's the next step for him, is to get it back to the basket. Low post game. He's a lob threat, he's a rim runner, shot blocker, and finisher.
I expect him to be a preseason all-conference selection going into the next year.
As he learns how to sit in the post, get a catch, locate the defense, and make a move, now he takes his game to another level. This was a 13-point game at halftime, and I said Arkansas State needs to come out like they're down 13 points.
Yeah,
they've done that.
Nelson, he'll get his double-double on the offensive rebound, and he'll get his 24th point with the putback. Just goes to show you, like we were talking about, these games matter to these players. Go ask the guys playing for Chattanooga and Middle Tennessee State on ESPN Plus right now. That game in triple overtime.
Teams get 4-year guys, 5-year, 5th-year players, and it's a great coaching league as well than that.
Kobe Julian missing the three after he stole it away.
You got John Gross at Akron.
Yep.
He's fantastic.
Travis Steele at Miami, his half-brother. Avila, back-to-back threes.
He embraces it, and he's earned it. Spectacular energy. He has impacted the game on both ends tonight.
Swope to the cup. Just hasn't been enough from the big three for St. Louis to keep up. Swope's got 16. Avila's got 22. Tough night for Jimerson, only 8 points on 2 of 11 shooting.
The more bodies that are ready, the better.
Three-pointer on the way. Josh Paul, the freshman. Offensive rebound, Terrence Ford. 16 three-pointers made.
Currently working on another postgraduate degree.
He's been there for 6 years. Made the most out of it every single year, no doubt about it.
He's been a fantastic ambassador and player for St. Louis basketball.
103 points, most versus a Division I opponent for Arkansas State this year. And Brian Hodson, what a job he has done in 2 seasons here in Jonesboro.
His phone's going to be ringing sometime tomorrow. Maybe not his phone, maybe somebody he knows.
Yeah.
Start fielding some calls. It's inevitable that he'll move on to a higher conference. He's too talented, he's too smart. In 2 years, he's shown his ability to lead a program in different ways, on the court, in recruiting, and raising money.
Jonesboro, fans on their feet, showing their appreciation. What could potentially be the final home game, depending on what happens in the North Texas and Furman game tomorrow. What a way to go out if this is the final home game for Arkansas State. 103 points, 16 three-pointers, led by Isaiah Nelson with 26 points and 10 rebounds. A complete blowout in Arkansas State's return to the NIT.